you're new here today, I'm Sunshine, and welcome. Today I'm out and about, and I'm about to do a lot of trellising that should have been done before planting, but did not get around to it. I was just so eager to get something in the ground this year that I planted as much as I could, trying to be early with my harvest and try to catch as many early harvests as I can. I went on ahead and planted my things first, and I had some trellising up already in place from some crops from last year, but of course with rotating my crops and with my garden expanding, I moved a lot of things around in different places, and I put things in places that I thought I was going to put other things. So anyway, that's the day in the life of Sunshine. So anyway, today I'm going to one of the big box stores to get a little bit of lumber. Being that it's expensive, I'm just going to get a little bit of lumber, and I have a super huge roll of 550 cord at the house. So I'm going to do some trellising. I'm going to use my old Girl Scout skills and with learning how to tie knots, and yeah, I'm going to build a inexpensive, very inexpensive trellis, and we're gonna see how that goes. So we're gonna start with getting the lumber, and I thought about doing the ladder mesh to give that a try. Over the last couple of years, I see that that has been a kind of popular thing. I know some people have been doing it for umpteen million years, if you let them tell it. They've been using it for trellising, but I just heard of it a couple of years ago, and just got around to thinking about using it in my very own garden. So I thought about using it, and I still may get a couple of pieces of ladder mesh just to try on some other things, because I do want to do some long beans and other things of that nature. I have some beans on a trellis right now, but just want to try something different, so I might get a couple of pieces of that as well. And yeah, that's what we're going to start with today. We have a long day ahead, and I want to get some of this stuff done again before it gets so hot. So sorry if my truck engine is loud. I am a southern girl with a big truck, so yeah, my engine is loud. But anyway, that's what we're going to start with today. So come along. Okay guys, so first stop, coffee. Why do we always look at the menu like we don't know what's there when we already do?
Macarons on morning.
I'm sorry?
Macarons on Dunkin', what can I get for you?
Yes, can I get a large butter pecan iced coffee with cream but no sugar?
Large iced coffee, butter pecan, cream, no sugar. What else can I get for you?
Can I also get a turkey sausage wake up wrap? And that's it.
All right, 644.
Okay guys, so now I'm home from Home Depot. I should have recorded everything that I got, but just to begin with, I did end up getting some lumber. Like I said, I'll let you know the exact measurements of the stakes that I got for the trellising, and I did end up getting a couple of the ladder mesh so that I can try a couple of those trellises, or one of those trellises as well. And yeah, I'm just gonna unload so we can get started. So let's do it. Okay, time to unload. But before I unload, need to stop and water my I stopped and watered my front yard garden because I had not done that this morning. So before the temperatures reach Hades or hell, let me go ahead and water those because I've been neglecting these babies for the last couple of days and I cannot afford to do that today. So yeah, this is my front yard garden. Lots of beauty, lots of beauty. Yes, yes, yes. I see this big ponderosa lemon. Can't wait till this boy is ready to harvest. It's the biggest one on the tree. It's a couple of more smaller ones, but yeah, that's the biggest one on there. So yeah, let's get started with this trellising. Okay guys, so these are the materials that I got from Home Depot on my run. Actually, I only got the boards here. I already had the string, like I said, but these are just let me see what size they are. These are just there we go, the 2x2 8-foot stakes that I got, and what I had them do was just to cut it to 6 feet, and that gave me, I bought 2 of them. I'm sorry, I bought 4 of them because I'm going to try to do 2 trellises. And the idea is to use the 550 cord, like I had said before. Let me zoom in. Yeah, the idea is to use the 550 cord, and I'm going to string the 2 poles across, and I'm going to try to use like a weaving method to make blocks with knots. So you'll be able to see. Hopefully I'm going to try to do that without having to put a board across the top. But yeah, I'll walk you through step by step. This is my first time doing it as well, so yeah, good luck. So anyway, I did buy the 2 ladder mesh panels, as you can see here. And I'm going to try to do that trellis as well. But that may be another video, or maybe I'll put it into one, not sure. But I did go ahead and buy that just as another trellis alternative. So yeah, let's get started with this one. Okay, so to get started, I have my Sharpie. I have my leveler, which I'm going to use just the measuring part of the leveler, since I don't know where the tape measure is. I'm just going to use that just to mark my spots on my stakes. I do have my Sawzall here, which I'm going to use to make the ends of this easy to stick in the ground. That should be the only cut that I have to make, thank God. So yeah, I'm gonna go outside and do that part, but before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and mark the measurements of where I want to start my strings. So yeah, let's get with that. And just in case you guys are wondering why I'm doing this inside, it's like super hot outside already. So I'm going to try to complete as much of this as I can inside before we take it outside. That way it'll limit my time in the sun and being exposed to the heat. And that way I'll probably get it done. But if I do it outside completely, then it's going to take me forever because I'm going to keep coming back inside to get some water, to get some air, so on and so forth. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and try to complete as much of this as we can in the inside first. Okay, so I'm starting to make my markings, and as you can see, I'm just marking just about every 8 inches or so. Why I chose 8 inches? No good reason. I'm just trying to eyeball it, and that looks about the size that I want my blocks to be on this trellis. So that's why I went with it. So I'm going to go with about every 8 inches all the way down, and I'm going to mark one stick first, and then that will be my stick that I'll use to mark all of them, and we'll go from there. So yeah, let me get those markings and we'll move on. And as you can see, yeah, I'm just eyeballing this, guys. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just a measurement of, yeah, just about. I mean, it's just for a trellis. Doesn't have to be perfect. And we're just gonna roll with that. Okay? Just about. Alrighty, and the rest of that should be in the ground. So I think that's gonna be the last one. Okay, and like I said, this stick, the first stick is going to be like my master stick. So I'm just going to use the other one, put it right next to it, and just make my markings, line them up, and make my markings in the exact same space. And I will do that for all 4 of the poles until we're completely done. Okay guys, so as you see, I have all of my markings in place on all 4 of the boards. And now the next thing to do is at the place that I have the markings, I'm going to put a hole right in the center, and that's what I'm going to run my string through. If you don't have a drill and you don't want to run the holes, you can simply just wrap the string around the board at that same spot. That will actually save you some time, but since I have some time today, I'm going to go ahead and run a hole through these boards, and like I said, that's what I'm going to run my string through. Should be real simple. And if you guys can't tell, I'm just making this up as I go along, but I have a vision in my mind and trying to put that vision into place. So let's go. So sorry. So we're gonna drill our hole. I already have one hole drilled, but it was the wrong size. So I had to increase my drill bit and try again. Okay, so I have my hole all the way through, as you can see, and this is the hole that I'm going to place my string through. Make sure that your hole is bigger than the string that you're using. Okay, so I have my string of 550 cord, and I'm going to just stick this through the hole and make a knot. Okay, so now my string is all the way through, have my knot on one side and my string coming out through the next side. And that's how it will look all the way up the pole. So we're gonna get started with that. Okay guys, so depending on what kind of cord you have, like you see how this end is frayed, I am having to use a lighter and burn the end of this cord because it's like a shoestring cord, similar to that. So burn the end and that will fix it. Be careful not to burn yourselves. And if you can find another way to do that, then, you know, by all means, do it your way. But this is what I'm finding efficient for me, so that's what I'm doing. I bend the cord, I burnt the end of the cord. It makes it easier. So now I can actually take it and slip it right through that hole. Sorry. Liz. You may have to get something to, sometimes it'll just go right through, but of course now since I'm recording this one, it's not going to go right through. But you may have to get something like I'm using a smaller drill bit to push it all the way through if it wants to give you a headache like this one is doing. So let's see, hold on. Yeah, so I just used a smaller drill bit. And it'll help push it all the way through, like so. So after you have it pushed all the way through, then you just take it and tie your knot. making sure that your knot is tight so that it will not come undone. You don't want your rows to be sagging after your vegetables or your fruit come on the vine, and then they're heavy and they pull at the string. You don't want it to come undone, so make sure that it's tight. And it is tight. If it makes you feel better afterwards, then you can also burn that end to make sure that it's not going to come undone. Just burn it on in to secure it. This part is not necessary, but if it makes you feel better, you can do so. So yeah, then you just pull it through, and as you see, it'll be like that all the way down the cord. All the way down the board. Okay guys, so this is what we have so far. On one side, or we have the string all the way through on both sides. On one side, we have a knot that's just tied once. On the other side, we have the final knot that's tied 2 or 3 times. Okay, and you want to pull it tight so that you can start the weaving process now. Okay, so you can clearly leave it just like this with just a string straight across, and that will make a great floor to weave type trellis. But if you want to be intricate like I am with the blocks on this side, then you start the weaving process, and you just take your strings all the way down, make a knot at the bottom of each square. If you don't want to take a knot, then you can do like I did here and just bring the string through, twist it one time, go back down, twist it one time, go to the next one, twist it one more time, and then you just tie it once you get to the end. I tried both ways just to see which way I like best, and either way will do. It's just totally up to you. So I'm gonna go all the way down until I finish, and then we can put the trellis up. So let's go. Okay, so to begin with, at the top, you just make a normal knot. It's like you're tying your shoes. Leave a little excess at the top so you can tie your knot tight, and so that you will be able to grip the rope. I make 2 knots at the top just to make sure that the knot is secure. Pull it tight. Then you go down to the next rung, wrap it around and through, and then you just pull it tight. Try to make sure that you form a square. And then you do the same thing to the next rung. You go around and through. Pull it tight. Before you pull it tight, make sure that you have your square and your block about the size that you want it, which is like about that for me. And then I pull it tight. And I go to the next one and under and through. Make sure I have my square about the size that I want it, and so on and so forth. And then you pull it tight. So like I said, I'm gonna do this all the way down and all the way down until all of my squares are complete. Just wanted you to see how I do that. Okay. Okay guys, we're all done. So the only thing that's left to do now is to put the trellis up, and let's see how we did. Looks like it's gonna be just what we need. Okay guys, so here we are. Our trellis is in place. And as you can see, I well needed it. So I will be taking my vines that are running all over the ground now, and I can weave them up through my trellis and train them to grow vertically and not just all over the place. So this video was just made just to show you guys that even on a hot scorching day like today, we can find some things to do in our garden that need to be done that we can do right in the comfort of our own homes. As you see, I constructed this whole trellis inside my house, just sitting right there on my living room floor, watching TV, having some sweet tea, and doing whatever it is that I needed to do to get it done. And now it's done, and the only thing that I had to do out in the sun was actually putting it up, which actually took all of about 3 or 4 minutes, you know, with my husband putting it in the ground, pounding it in the ground as I held one side and vice versa. So there it is. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Took a lot of work, you guys. This trellis ended up being a little bit more intricate than I thought it would be. So if you didn't want an intricate trellis, then this is not the trellis for you. We'll have another video with an easy trellis with the ladder mesh like I was speaking of earlier today. But this is a real sturdy trellis. It is real sturdy. It will hold your heavy vegetables, and it'll last for a very long time. So there it is. You guys want something to do on this hot day or any hot day in your garden or in your home, then and then you need trellising like I did, then this is a great idea. It really is gonna work well in my garden, and I hope that it does in yours as well. Just an idea. Thank you guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in to the Sunshine Garden. And me and Spoon, thank you guys for subscribing to the channel. So like I said, if you like this video, hit the thumbs up button. The algorithm likes when you do that, and we like it as well. So we will catch you guys in the next video. Good night.